WindyCityUnderground.com, your music, your station, and I'm Lady Brown of Brown Beauty Radio, and I'm in the building with Miss Toine Houston, and that was her song, I Remember, we were just listening to. How are you doing today, Miss Toine?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Great.
Happy to be here.
Thank you. So, again, I'm sure our listeners want to know and have some questions for you.
Okay.
First off, let me ask you. Okay, I'm assuming that you are an independent artist.
I am.
Okay. Who would you like to work with?
I would love to work with Common. I would love to work with Jill Scott. Both of those are just two huge artists in my mind. Lauren, classic, right? Lauren Hill. Janelle Monáe is someone that I really appreciate her music and her style, and just her whole work ethic and everything. Those are probably the top ones. Jill, Common, Janelle. Yep.
Okay, that's okay. All the ones I love. All the ones I love. Yep. They're very good artists. Very good, much so. And Jill is a poet by right herself.
Amazing.
Yes.
Everything she puts out, she could sing happy birthday, and I'm like, I love it. So, yeah, I love Jill.
Okay. And let me ask you another question. Do you feel that it's easy for an artist to be recognized here in Chicago?
I think it's a grind wherever. I don't necessarily think it's just about Chicago. People always talk about how hard it is to make it here in New York and LA. I think it's just about consistency. I think it's about patience. I think it's about timing and just being ready for when that opportunity does come about. And just keep pushing, keep grinding. So whether it's Chicago or not, it's just about staying true to who you are as an artist and just keep going forward. So
I understand that. Always firm, fair, and consistent.
Absolutely.
Those three things will take you real far.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to go back. I'm going to retract on some of the questions because some of my listeners probably didn't hear. How old were you when you first tapped into your artistic side?
I was about 11, 10 or 11. I started writing just in my diary, writing poetry before I even knew it was poetry, to be honest with you. And then when I got about 14, 15, I would do a lot of speech arts competitions in high school. And I would just perform, different Maya Angelou poems, different Langston Hughes poems. And then at 17 was when I went down to Illinois State. I started my college career down there, I-State, and just started in the open mic scene. And when I hit that stage and got the same energy that I got when I was doing a Maya Angelou poem for my own stuff, that was it. I had the bug. So it started at 11, and it's kept going all the way into now.
Okay. Man, that's good. You stay consistent with that. WindyCityUnderground.com. This is your music, your station. I'm Lady Brown. I'm sitting right here with Miss Toine Houston, and that was her song BMW. That joint was hot. And so, with that being said, I've noticed, Miss Toine, a lot of your songs are relationship or love inspired. Could you give us a little bit feedback of what was going on, what was in mind with BMW?
BMW is obviously a song about domestic violence, and it's not a situation that I've been in personally. However, a good friend of mine at the time when I was living out in Tennessee was going through that, and so seeing that, hearing that, literally, it was a situation where I felt like the story needed to be shared. And there's so many young girls out here that kind of go for that BMW type of lifestyle, right? So BMW is a metaphor, right? Mm-hmm. So when you think of BMW, the car, you think of just grand and, lush and, just this really sort of authentic sort of experience. And a lot of times when a young girl will see a guy, whether it's the type of car he has or the type of outfit or swag he's portraying, they don't ask questions. They just see that and think, okay, this is good. I can get out my situation and whatever. And sometimes you need to ask questions and really love yourself first, right?
Exactly.
Before getting in a situation that you may not be able to get yourself out of. So BMW it's a real story. It's a story that I saw every day for a year and a half with a young lady that I don't speak to anymore, and I just hope that, she's okay.
I hear that. And, that is so prevalent still to this day and age, even though our parents may have went through it and they felt they had to stay because they didn't think they had certain opportunities as women.
Right.
Whereas today we do have these opportunities.
Absolutely.
But we still seeing it seeing it still occurring, but in a different manner. You know, you have your women who date men, as you're saying, from the NFL, NBA, and it's okay that he's cheating or he's going upside my head, and they stay like the one incident in the elevator.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, this song, hopefully it reaches someone and they can understand, just love yourself more.
Yep. Well, love yourself first.
True. That is
right?
true.
And then by doing that, I think it allows you to understand that love doesn't hurt in any sort of way, whether that's physical abuse, emotional abuse, spiritual, etc. So,
yeah, man, you really are talented, and
thank you. I'm
really vibing to your music. Oh, well, you already had told me which different producers you would like to work with. I'm sorry, excuse me. What is your opinion on today's music as a whole?
You know, I'm torn, right? I mean, you got some stuff out there that's hot. You know, I don't necessarily do the trill and drill type stuff, but there's some songs out there. Trust and believe, when they're on, I'm turning them up, right? So it is what it is. I mean, I think that's what artistry is. It's a variance, and you have to be able to be different and stand out and just appreciate that difference, right? So I mean, some stuff on the radio, I'm like, but then other stuff, I'm like, yo, I'm really an old school head. So if Phyllis Hyman, you know, Anita Baker, you know, old school Janet, you know, Prince. I mean,
that's my favorite.
You know,
right there.
actually, I'm going to see Janet. She's here next week. I'm going to see her for my birthday, so I'm excited about that. But that's, again, Jill Scott. That's just what I was raised on, and that's just really the influence, you know, to my music. But some of the new stuff, it's like, it is what it is. I like Drake, you know, I like Tink, you know, so I'm vibing with it, but, you know, some stuff get muted. Stuff get muted.
Do you think any of the Chicago artists you would like to do something with? Maybe even Jeremiah?
Absolutely. Jeremiah's dope. Chance the Rapper, you know, he's doing his thing, independent, and just really representing Chicago well. No Name Gypsy is another female artist that I would love to, you know, to have some collaborations with. You know, she does her thing with Vic Mensa and Chance as well. You know, the whole Chicago underground, you know, hip hop is flourishing, and it's just showing artistry on that independent scale and level where you can just grind out and you can make it. So I would love that. Jeremiah, definitely. DeBrat, you know, just FemC.
Man, she's doing so much right now. I love listening to her every morning on my way to work at 5. And she's doing the news, and she's doing her thing. I have to
radio,
really give it to her. Yes.
I mean, she's doing her thing, and again, just representing Chicago in a positive way, and just letting just other female artists know you don't have to do just one thing and go down one lane.
Exactly,
you know?
And that's where I was about to lead up to next with that. You know, and I get it. People want to do what's mainstream, and you know, the whole reason a lot of people get into the business is to make money.
Right.
How do you keep yourself grounded?
You know, my family, you know, my close friends have always just told me, do what you love and love what you do, right? Even the t-shirt I have on right now, you know, it's called Do What You Desire. And it's a whole lifestyle brand, because it's like you have to be able to live in your passion, love your passion, and do what you want to do. And so the music that I do, and just the woman that I am, that keeps me grounded, right? I'm not going to try to switch it up because that's what's popular. You know, if it feels good to me, cool. If it doesn't, then that's not the path I'm going to go down. And I think that's something that, even when I mentor and stuff, I tell young girls, you have to be able to stand on the young lady or the woman that you are and that you want to be. And don't let life, experiences, circumstances, you know, steer you away from that.
You got to remain on your path.
You got to remain on your path, you know.
WindyCityUnderground.com, your music, your station. And I'm Lady Brown of Brown Beauty Radio. And we've been sitting here with the talented artist Toine Houston. And we're going to wrap it up. So, Miss Houston, my last question to you is, what can we expect next from you? And how can everyone be more involved and get to hear what you have going on and see what you have going on.
No doubt. Well, my website is young-flame.com. So that's YOUNG-FLAME.com. And that was because my original artist name was Young Flame, so I wanted to kind of stick with that. But if you type in I am Toine, IAMTOINE.com, starting tonight, that will go to the same website. So either way. But coming up, I perform at the Promontory on Monday with a gentleman named David Schulman. He's an electric violinist. It should be a dope show. So that's 7 o'clock on Monday at the Promontory. I'm releasing a video for the You Ever single on my birthday, November 5th. So it's going to be a special birthday release for that. That should be huge. Let's see what else. November 13th, I'm actually going to be. I'm in a play with Grammy Award winning Malik Youssef. Out here from Chicago doing his thing, and the play is called Black and White: A Man Divided, and it's starring Mr. Charles Harper Sr. So we're going to be in Bloomington, Illinois for that. That's going to be huge. And then the 14th, I will be, Val Warner and Art Norman are hosting the annual Mega Sci-Fi Awards Gala, and I'm the featured performer for that, and we're honoring Dr. Ian Smith, so that should be huge. So that's in the short term. In the long term, I'm just continuing to push Love States. It's out on iTunes and Google, Amazon, everywhere, and I'm really thankful for just all the support Chicago and everyone outside Chicago has given me. I'm thankful for you. Thankful for Mr. Jason Billups for connecting us. Shout out to Jay. Ty Hill is my producer. Shout out to him. And I just love everybody, man. I'm really vibe music is just something I'm really trying to push, and the fact that it's getting so much love is amazing. So I'm humble for that.
All right, and thank you. I've really enjoyed your music and your time here with me.
Thank you.
And again, thank you. And listeners, this will end it for Miss Toine, but you don't have to go away. I will be going until 12 o'clock.